Hi guys, so today I wanted to come on here and talk to you all about an album that came out yesterday, The Good Witch by Maisie Peters. If you know me and if you've been subscribed to me for a while or you've watched my videos before, you'll know that Maisie Peters is one of my absolute favourite artists. She's one of my favourite songwriters and singers at the moment, and I always talk about her on this channel. I always talk about how much I love her and her music, and yesterday she dropped a brand new album, The Good Witch, and guys, I love this album so much and I just wanted to come on here and chat about it with you guys because there's so much stuff about this album that I wanted to talk about and share with you guys, share my opinion on. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. So today's video is going to be a little bit of like a review, an album review type video of The Good Witch by Maisie. So I'm going to do like a track by track sort of review of each song, and I'm going to go through like what I thought of each song and like my personal opinions and like connections that I made with other artists I listen to and that I know Maisie listens to as well, as I always do in every album review type video that I make. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. So we're going to start with track 1, which is of course the title track, The Good Witch. Like opening the album with a chill song that has lyrics like "This is the calm before the storm." Like it definitely was. Like the rest of the album just like blew me away. It blew all of us away. I feel like the whole internet is actually obsessed with this album at the moment. I feel like at the moment like a lot of Americans are getting into Maisie Peters and discovering her because of like all the talk that's going on at the moment about her possibly being the opener for Taylor Swift's Eras tour in the UK and in Europe. I haven't talked about this yet on my channel because like I haven't made a video since those dates were announced, but Taylor is doing 2 nights in Liverpool, and not even Manchester, Liverpool, and I'm really grateful that there's some northern tour dates on the UK Eras tour, and like I'm really grateful that it's not like just London. She is thinking about us northerners, but it's kind of like surprising that she's doing Liverpool and not Manchester. I mean, like in my mind I felt like she would play at Old Trafford or like Emirates Old Trafford, where the Killers went, where I went to see them, and also where Harry Styles and Beyonce have been before. I really thought she'd do a couple of nights like Harry Styles did at Emirates Old Trafford in Manchester, but she's doing the Anfield Stadium in Liverpool for 2 days now. I've signed up and registered to get a pre-sale code for tickets, and I'm hoping that I might be able to get tickets, but we all know like it's the Eras tour. Like it's obviously the most sought after tour to get tickets for at the moment, and I'm really not expecting to be able to get tickets, honestly. I just know it's going to be an absolute bloodbath, but like I'm really going to try my best to get tickets. If I do, then yay, like, but if not, well yeah, I'll just watch it on the internet. It would be really nice to see Taylor live. As someone who's loved her since Fearless came out, I've loved Taylor since I was like 8 years old, so I've listened to her music forever, but I've never been able to see her live before because like it's only now that I've started going to concerts and like being old enough to be like allowed to go to concerts and all of that. I was really desperate to go to the Manchester dates of Rep Tour when Rep Tour happened in 2018, but like because I wasn't allowed to go to concerts then, I was like 16, I couldn't go to that. So this would be my first chance to actually like be able to go see Taylor with my own adult money, and I'd love to be able to go see her. But yeah, what happens happens. Hopefully I get tickets, but I'm really not expecting to be able to get tickets, like I said. So yeah, but anyway, we're talking about Maisie today. Another lyric that I really love from the song The Good Witch is "All I do is think about the past." I mean, that is a relatable lyric, and also it really reminded me of that Phoebe Bridgers lyric from I Know the End, where she's like a haunted house to float around and ghost my friends. Like that's what that really reminded me of, and I know Maisie's a huge fan of Phoebe, so that would make sense that that's a reference to that lyric. And also the lyric "I'll make a universe you can live in," like that's just so relatable as well. Like the idea of someone that you can build up in your head that you fall in love with, but like you're not actually falling in love with them and the real them. Like that was just a really relatable lyric. I really liked that. And also the voice notes of like Maisie's friends being played in the background and like throughout the song, the samples of that, like that really reminded me of Question by Taylor Swift as well. Like the lyric like have you ever had someone kiss you in a crowded room and then 15 and all your friends were making fun of you, but then 15 seconds later they were clapping too, and then there's a sample of like Jack Antonoff and Dylan O'Brien and like a few other people like clapping and like cheering, like the sample of that in Question. Like that's what this sample of like her voice notes of phone calls with her friends and stuff like being sampled in this, that's what that reminded me of. Track 2, Coming of Age. I really love the production of this song so much. This song is like literally just a banger, a straight up banger. Like the way the chorus just comes in, like I just love it. I really love the lyric, I'm the Iliad, of course you couldn't read me. Like that's just an iconic lyric, like I just loved it. And as someone who's like studied English literature and is a bit like geeky about these kinds of things, like that made me happy. Track 3, Watch. The first lyric of it, telling the World Wide Web that this is my era and then writing a lot of heartbroken music, like that lyric, I just love that. The production here is really great too, and like the lyric where Maisie says she's looking at the guy on social media and everything and she's like, you're being a superstar. I was like, no Maisie, you're the superstar, like you're the one who's a rock star and released this new album. I was watching Maisie's set at Glastonbury on TV, and the part where she's singing Not Another Rock Star, and then she says like, who's the rock star now, like I just love that so much. Like that's her realising her worth, she's fully over this guy, like she's finally sort of like more confident in herself as like a pop star and like as a musician, and like she knows she's an icon, she can put on a show, and like she doesn't need this guy basically. Like that just made me really happy. I saw the part in this song where Maisie's like, I'm so obsessed, like literally me with this album. The lyric that was so like sad for me was like, you broke my heart and my self-esteem for a girl who's just a remix of me. Like ouch. Track 4, Body Better. I already know this song because like this was obviously the lead single of the album. It was the first song released from this album, so I've lived with it for a while now. I've listened to it a lot of times, and honestly like I feel like Body Better is my least favourite song on The Good Witch. I felt like I didn't love it that much when it came out. I mean, like, I love the lyrics, I love the sentiment of it. I know, like, a lot of people will really relate to this song, and I admire Maisie for writing a song about this and being vulnerable like this in a song with us. And I know a lot of people have gone through this, so it'll be comforting to a lot of people, but, like, personally, like, I don't relate to this song as much. At some point in my life I will go back to this song and really relate to it, and it'll help me through like whatever I'm going through. But at this point in my life, like right now, Body Better is one that like resonates a bit less with me. But it is still a really amazing song though, and I do really like it, and it's not a skip. I still do really love this song. Track number 5, Want You Back. Something that I wanted to say about this song is like the lyric where Maisie's saying like, I find a lover that made everything rhyme, and like that guy is dating you, Maisie, like you're the one who's the songwriter, you're the one who makes everything rhyme. And also the lyric, I was the DJ on your passenger side, like the mention of like sitting on the passenger side like reminded me of like Fearless by Taylor Swift, where she's like, in this passenger seat you put your eyes on me. And also the lyric, I don't think this passenger seat has ever looked so good to me. And also the lyric, what was cheap to you was all I had. And another lyric that like really broke me was when Maisie sang, I bet your new lover doesn't sing, but I bet when you touch her she doesn't flinch. Like, ooh, like how dare she write that? Also, I couldn't help noticing that this is a track 5 on the album. As we all know with Taylor Swift's albums, track 5 is the most vulnerable track on the album. It's always the saddest and like most open Taylor is in any of the songs on the album. So I wonder if Maisie put this as track 5 like on purpose as a reference to that, because this is a very like open, honest song. Track number 6, The Band and I. This was a song that I really loved. It was so cute, like the storytelling, and like if you've been a Maisie fan for a while and like you follow like all her friends and like the stuff she gets up to with her band and like her flatmates and like stuff like that, you'll recognise all the references in this song, like the reference to like Dominique, her friend, going to Juilliard and like stuff like that. Like I remember her getting accepted into Juilliard on social media, and I was happy for her and everything at the time, so it was cute to see like a reference to that. And like there's loads of references throughout this song to like stuff she's got up to with her band, like while they were on tour and things. And like the part where she like said she called her mum and like she faked being homesick because she hasn't thought of home for ages, and she just feels at home with her band. And like when she lies about like her new boyfriend being just a friend, like it's just like the storytelling of like a very specific part in her life. Like I just love this song. And also it has like very strong Killers vibes as well. Like if you know Maisie, like she's obsessed with the Killers, she's obsessed with Brandon Flowers, literally me, and this song just gives strong Killers vibes to me. Like the whole like, and like she says in this song, like she felt like a rock star when she was on tour with her band and everything. So I think that's why she's referencing that sort of style of music, like rock bands that she loves herself. Like she feels like she's part of a rock band, so she's using musical references to like her favourite rock bands. And also it gave me like strong Long Live vibes as well, Long Live by Taylor Swift. The way it ends with like, I hope we never let go, sounds really similar to the We Will Be Remembered part of Long Live, like how it ends with that. Track number 7, You're Just a Boy and I'm Kinda the Man. This opening lyric, I take in clowns like a one-woman circus, like iconic. I love that lyric. Also the lyric, don't you see what I'm giving up and you can't even text. Like, that's so relatable, so funny. Like, Maisie's just like, she writes the truth. She writes about all of our lives. And I feel like this album is just her realising her self-worth. I love it so much. Songs by like young women realising their worth, like just getting over like horrible, useless guys. Like, those are the best songs in my opinion. Like, why would this guy like not put in effort with the Maisie Peters? Like who does he think he is? Like, he literally doesn't deserve her. Like, also the lyric, you pushed me out quicker than it took me to put my jeans on. Like, that one made me laugh as well. Track number 8, Lost the Breakup. This is one of my favourite songs on the album still. Like, I just relate to it so much, and if you've watched my reaction video on my channel that I did when the song first was released as a single a couple of months ago, you'll know how much I love this song. Like, I loved it instantly, and I've still had it on replay ever since I made that reaction video. Like, I love every single song on this album, but I feel like I will still listen to Lost the Breakup an awful lot. The production's amazing. Like, I just love the lyrics as well. Like, I'm obsessed and right now I might be a mess. Like, she's literally writing about me again. And the lyrics, you've got 2 types, country and western. Like, as a country girly, like, I love that lyric so much. Also, like, the synth break in the middle of it, like, that's my favourite part. I just love it so much. And also I really love how like the production sort of references like her favourite bands again, like her favourite like country synthy rock bands. Like, to me this song really has strong Killers and War on Drugs influences, like as I'm wearing a War on Drugs shirt to make this video. And if you guys didn't know, I saw them in concert a couple of days ago. Incredible night. And I also uploaded a concert vlog to my channel, so if you want to go watch that and see me react to hearing some of my favourite songs live, you can go do that and find that on my channel. But yeah, this song, like, I just love how Maisie's music, it like takes the influence of like male artists who make that kind of music, like synthy country rock music, like Bruce Springsteen, The Killers, War on Drugs, people like that, and like she makes songs like from the perspective of like being a girl in your 20s and the things that you go through at that age, but like she uses the musical styles of like all these like older male artists, and I love that so much. Like, if I was a pop star, like, this is literally the music I would make. Like, I feel like my music genre would be similar to Maisie's. Like, I would be referencing those bands all the time as well if I was a pop star. I just really relate to Maisie. Like, she's literally just me. Track 9, Wendy. The storytelling, the metaphors, like, I just love this song so much. And also, like, this also obviously reminded me of Cardigan by Taylor Swift, like the Peter losing Wendy thing. Like, I feel like that might have been what inspired Maisie to write this. Also the lyric, like, if I'm not careful we'll wake up and be married and I'll still be flinching at the sound of a door. There's a lot of like mentions in this album of like Maisie like being scared easily and flinching at things. Like, I relate to that unfortunately. And the lyric, like, what about my wings, what about Wendy? Like it's like this guy's like making Maisie wait for him, but like what about what she wants? Like, what about her wings? What about Wendy? Like, what about her life and like the things she wants to do and experience, like her 20s, and like live her life to the full? Like, she doesn't want to be just waiting around for this guy like to marry him when she could be like exploring the world, and like she is doing. Like, she's taking over the world, like she's on a one-way trip to take over the world, and like she can't wait around for him forever. Like, she has to, like, she wants to experience her 20s, she wants to live her own life, and that's basically what Wendy's about. Track 10, Run. Like, a hard-hitting lyric from this song is, drop words and forgot them overnight, it's a good thing I'll think about them until I die. Like, that's so true. Like, when people say things to you and like that's so relatable. Like, when someone says things to you and like they don't really mean it and they're just saying things casually, but like you'll think about them forever, and like because they meant something to you. Like, that's just a really relatable and sad lyric. And another lyric that I really like is, if he says he's real then he's not. Like, that's so true. Like, if a guy like has to clarify that he's real and like say that to you, like, oh, I'm real, like, you can absolutely like guarantee that he's not real. Say, like, why would he feel the need to say that and like clarify that if like he actually was real? Like, he wouldn't need to say that. He showed that through like his relationship with you. And I also really like the lyric, if he makes you smile then he's blocked. That's kind of a funny lyric, but also like it's sad. Like, it just shows like how a lot of girls like Maisie have trust issues with guys, because like it's how we've been like taught to be cautious of people like that. And also the lyric, like, if you turn the street and you see a man, like, you better run. Like, that part in the chorus, like, that's so true. Like Like Maisie said at Glastonbury, we really should just start running away whenever we see a man. Track 11 2 weeks ago. So I also posted a reaction video to this song on my channel as well when it came out. So if you want to go look on my channel and see my reaction to this song, you can go look at that. Like, this is a very relatable song. Like, just all the longing and yearning and nostalgia that's in this song. Like, it's just so many emotions and it's so relatable. Like, just wishing like a memory that happened 2 weeks ago to you was today, and like you're wishing you could go back to that moment, and like you're longing for like times that you'll never get back in your life, and like it's just so relatable for that. And I especially love the lyric. I said this in like my reaction video, but I love the lyric, I wish we'd taken more pictures. Like, I feel like that's what I think every single time something important happens to me or something that made me really happy. Like, I always think like, oh, I wish I had more pictures. That's literally what I think about. Like, if I'm at a concert or like I'm hanging out with a friend or whatever, like that's always what I think. Like, when it's like 2 weeks ago after whatever's happened has happened, I always think that. So that's a very relatable lyric for me. It is honestly crazy though how much your whole life can just change or be turned upside down in 2 weeks. Track 12, BSC. This song made me laugh so much. This song is hilarious. I feel like this is like the All Too Well into 22 of this album, or like Hollow into Boy. Like, the contrast between these two songs, like it gave me whiplash, but like it was so funny. I love BSC so much. Like, one lyric that had me like absolutely like crying was the lyric where Maisie says, "Call Graham Norton, I'll throw you down the river and your mum can watch it over dinner." Like, I just find that so funny. Like, I was literally like laughing so much at that lyric. Like, poor Maisie though, like in this lyric, even though it's a funny song, like you can tell like how heartbroken she actually is. Like, the lyric where she says like, it's funny and I'm laughing, but like I'm actually not alright. Like, that's just basically the whole thing of this song. Like, she's trying to be funny. This song is like really upbeat and like it's humorous, but like you can tell she's like crying. Another lyric that like absolutely like sent me was the lyric where she says, I'm both Kathy Bates and Stephen King and I can write you out the way that I wrote you in. Like, that is probably my favourite lyric on this whole album, or like one of them. Like, I love that so much. Like, it's so clever and so empowering. I love the literature references. I love like I just love like her taking back her power. I just love it so much. Track 13, Therapy. The drums on this song also really reminded me of The Killers again. And the lyric, I'm going straight from your arms back to therapy. Like, guys. The tune of this song also really reminded me of Set Fire to the Rain by Adele. Like, the chorus of it just kind of has the same tune to me. Also, You Built Me Like a Promise Till You Brought Me Like a Curse. Like, that also really reminded me of All Too Well by Taylor. Like, You Call Me Up Again just to break me like a promise, so casually cruel in the name of being honest. Like, I feel like everyone would have thought of that when they heard this lyric. Hi guys, so as I was finishing my review of The Good Witch, as I was finishing filming that video, I got cut off while I was filming, so this is me just like finishing off that video now and telling you guys my opinions on the last two songs on the album. So we're up to track 14, I think. There It Goes. My opinions on this song, I love like how this song and the song after it, the last song on the album, History of Man, I love how those two songs are like, There It Goes is like sort of her like getting used to the idea of heartbreak and like processing it and getting over the guy, and then History of Man is like her sort of like coming to terms with the fact that like she couldn't have done better, because sometimes like just like guys and girls don't really understand each other, and like that's the way it's been forever, for centuries, as she says in History of Man. And yeah, I love that those two songs are the last two on the album and they're next to each other. It's great, it tells a story. And my opinions specifically on There It Goes. So I love how this song mentions like Swan Dive. Maisie's like referencing all the colours of her vinyls throughout this album. Like, we had Swan Dive, the white vinyl on this one, then we had Snake Bite in Coming of Age. Like, if this was a first kiss, how come it felt like a snake bite? Like that lyric. So we had the mention of a snake bite in that one, and then in this one we have Swan Dive. And also I love the reference to snow, which links back to Love Him I Don't from You Signed Up For This, her debut album. And now I'm going to talk about History of Man. I loved all like the imagery of like Greek myths and like things from the past, and like references to things from the Bible and things like that. Like, if you know me, you'll know like I love sort of like religious imagery in songs and stuff. Like, I feel like it's so cool and I love that, so I find that really cool. And like, I feel like this song is actually some of Maisie's like absolute best songwriting ever. I love History of Man. Like, it's just so well written. Like, the storytelling on this song, I love it. And I feel like it's just like generally a really good like ending to the album. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on all the tracks on The Good Witch that I've told you guys about now. So yeah, I love this album so much. I feel like it's already my favourite album of 2023 that's come out so far. I know it's only June, but like I really strongly feel that. Like ever since this album was announced, like I knew it was going to be my favourite album of the year. Like that's how much I love Maisie. Like I just trusted that she would make an album this good, and like I was completely right. This album is amazing. Is this album better or like just as good as You Signed Up For This? I'm not sure. I mean, I've lived with You Signed Up For This for a really long time now, and that album is very dear to my heart. And I've like related to those songs for a while now, seeing as I've had them for like 2 years in my life now. Whereas with The Good Witch, I've only had those songs for like about 3 days this album's been out, so I don't feel like as attached to them yet, but hopefully over time I will be more attached to these songs. And yeah, and who knows, like maybe over time I'll love this album even more. I don't know. I mean, like You Signed Up For This is like I said, very special to me, so it'll be hard for it to top that, but The Good Witch is a very, very good album, and like I said, probably my favourite album of 2023 so far. So yeah, that's my thoughts on all the tracks, my thoughts on the album as a whole. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to for more music and pop culture content and more Maisie Peters content too. Bye guys!